post into the Brotherhood group and they can follow along sometime this week. You might have to confirm that. Just double check. Oh, James.
Yeah. We got the confirmation.
Awesome. All right, we'll give it 30 more seconds. Welcome, James.
Hey, Rod. Hey, Rod, I need to work. I can't actually do the exercises, but if you don't mind, I'm going to just stay here because I'm really interested. I'm going to want to see it, and I'll do it later.
Yep. And I'm also going to record it as well. So, yeah, it's up to you. You can watch. No worries at all. Just wait for James to get his video on.
What up, homies?
Hey. Hey, man. How you doing?
I should put on a shirt. That's what I should do.
All right. All right, let's do it. All right, so I've called this session Handstand Baseplates. It's going to be, all the basics of handstands or fundamentals of handstands. So we're going to start off with a few warm-ups. We're going to warm up the wrists, the shoulders. We're going to do some body line drills, hollow body, chest to floor. Some of you guys might have done this before. This might be brand new. So this class is for everyone. If you've got any questions, just put your hand up or you can write them in the chat as well. And we'll answer them as we go. Let's do it. We're going to start with some wrist prep. So just do a few basic exercises that I normally do. So just put your hands on the ground. We want to have the hands roughly shoulder width apart when we're doing handstands. So you don't want them too wide. Or you don't want them too close. Somewhere here is good. The index finger is going to face forward. So as we place our hands down, index fingers forward. And then all we're going to do now is just do some little circles. This is just to prepare the wrists. Yeah, we're going to be putting our whole body weight on our wrists. So it's really important that we warm them up, especially if the wrists are not conditioned to doing handstands and taking that whole body weight. Yeah, there's potential for injury if we don't do that. So it's just really important that every session, I always warm up my wrists. All right, back the other way if you haven't already. And if it's feeling good, you can increase the circle. So you can start with small circles, slowly bring them out so it's a wider circle. Nice. And then we're going to turn the hands over. So you're on the backs of your hands. We call this fin. And then you're going to try to straighten your elbows if you can't quite straighten them. Or also, if this is too much load, you can walk your knees in as much as you need to. So if I'm in this position, I can take as much weight as I need on my knees or into my legs and take the weight off my wrists. And we're just going to do circles. And back the other way. Cool. And then we're going to turn them over. So the fingers are facing you and our palms are on the ground again. Our elbows are still straight, so lock them out. And again, just some circles, 10 in each direction. Nice. Back the other way. We'll just give them a quick little shake off. So just fingers go together. Just give them a little shake off. We'll do one more exercise. It's a first knuckle raise. All these exercises that I'm showing you today, kind of like my standard wrist prep exercises. There's hundreds of exercises, but these are the ones that I find the most helpful in warming up my wrists. All right, so the last one is place the hands down again, shoulder width apart. We're going to protract the shoulder blades. So the shoulder blades are moving apart. We're going to shift the weight over the top of the hands or even further forward. And then we're going to come up and down onto our fingers. So the palms of our hands are lifting up. That's it. Keep going. Just do another 10 reps. I'll just have a look to make sure everyone's got it. That's it. Keep the weight leaning forward. So you're really putting some pressure into that first knuckle. Nice. Awesome. Cool. All right, just stop there and just give me another shake off. We're going to do one exercise to teach you the position of the scapula. So the scapula is the shoulder blades. And when we're in handstand, we want to be in elevation. So the scapula pushes into this position here. So I want you to practice that now with both hands. You're going to put your hands above your head, straight arms, and you're going to push the roof, lift up as high as you can. And then you're going to pull down, push. So we're moving through elevation into depression of the scapula. So just learning some terminology now as well. Yep. Awesome. And just go through 10 reps of this, keeping the arms locked out. So we're just understanding what the scapula is doing. We're just moving up and down. Nice. Cool. And if you're struggling to keep your arms above your head like this and move like this, it's going to be way harder in handstand. So we do a lot of overhead work. So a lot of hanging, a lot of shoulder openers, because this needs to be really comfortable. Because right now, if you put your arm, just put your arms up above your head again. If this is uncomfortable, imagine putting your whole body weight onto that position, because that's essentially what we're going to be doing. So yeah, it's just really important that we build the strength up in this position so you can hold really strong, solid handstands. All right, cool. We're going to do one exercise, open the shoulders, and then we'll go through some position work.
Hey Rod, one quick question.
Yes, yeah, go for it.
Raise.
Yes.
To get stronger, we do how many sets a day for, say, every day, like 10 to get stronger or something?
Yeah, so that exercise, actually doing the handstand, is going to build you strength in scapular elevation.
Okay.
This exercise, I teach that normally like to beginners.
Yeah.
And it just, for you, without load, like without any strain or pressure on the shoulders, it teaches you what position to be in. And it'll make sense in a bit. Yeah. But it's like practicing the handstand will give you that. All right. So now we're going to work on this. I'll just show you sideways. It's important that you keep your butt over your knees for this one. So you don't want to sit back and you don't want to sit too far forward. So your butt is like this, straight over the top of the knees. We're going to walk our hands out, up on the tops of our fingertips. We're going to tuck our pelvis underneath, round our spine out, and then drive down into the ground. So we're not arching, we're driving down. And then after this, we're going to arch and do this position. But for now, tucking the pelvis and then squeezing down, holding this position. Just go for that, and I'll just have a look where everyone's at. Jamie, you can like sit back a little bit. Backwards. There. Yep. Now reach your hands out. That's it. Rounding the back and then driving your chest to the ground. It'll feel like you kind of restricted a little bit because it'll just be stretching through your lats and through your shoulders. That's it. And just hold that. Hey, Relic.
Morning.
So just hold that position. We're just doing a little shoulder stretch.
Yeah, cool.
So we're just driving the chest. All right. So now everyone just quickly look over here. So you guys are in this position. And now from here, I'll allow my spine to bend and I'll drop my chest to the ground. Your butt goes to the roof. This is going to help to open up through the thoracic and also the shoulders. So just stay in this position. Yep. Remembering to keep your butt over your knees for this one. That's it. Yeah, everyone's looking really good. Some big, deep breaths in this position. It's good to see everyone on the call as well. This is an awesome group. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 people. All right, another 2 breaths, and then we're going to come out. All right, cool. Come out nice and slow. We'll just pause there, and if anyone's got any questions so far, just shoot them off now. Otherwise, we'll keep moving. All good? All right, so what we're going to do now is a hollow body position and then chest to floor. These are 2 exercises that will be super helpful for positioning of the handstand and also building some strength in the core. All right, so the first one is hollow body. I'll run through all of the variations. You don't have to do all the variations. You're going to pick one that's suitable for you. So I'll show you easiest to hardest. Easiest variation. With all of them, your lower back's on the ground and we're squeezing our abs or our cores nice and tight. Easiest variation is here, and then the hands go like this. So I'm kind of crunching up, so I feel like my upper abs working, and then by bringing my knees in, I feel my lower abs as well. So it's either here If you want to make it harder, you slowly start to extend the legs, maybe out here somewhere. If you want to make it the hardest, you take your hands over the top of your head, but you don't lose the position of the back. That's super important. So just have a play with it now, and just find a position that feels good. Nice, Tim. That's awesome. Nice, Jamie. Cool. Yeah, and try to position the camera so I can see you. I can't see you, Vaughn. You want to just bring
sorry, bro. I know. I'm
trying to hide from me, are you?
Never, brother. Never.
Oh, what a sweet backyard for handstands. All right, and we're going to hold it now for 1 minute. Ready, set, go. So I've got the timer on. Hold the best position you can. If you need to modify it, just think about bringing the knees into the chest or bringing the arms towards the legs. But it's really important that the lower back remains in contact with the ground. So you shouldn't be arching through your back at all. You should be rounding out and have a nice flat back or flat lower back. We have 36 seconds left. Awesome work. Really nice lines. Now think about your elevation. If your arms are above your head, can you push your arms away from your body? Reach your hands away. Relic's doing the hard version. 10 seconds left. Everyone's doing really good. Make sure you're breathing. Doesn't have to be big, deep breaths. Just short ones, okay? 3, 2, 1. All right, come out. All right, cool. What we'll do now, we'll move on to the next exercise. So we've got heaps to get through. So the next exercise, this is the exercise that's really transferable to the straight line handstand. I'll just go back to see my whole body. Yeah, so it'll be good. So with this one, our feet stay on the ground. We don't lift them up like this, like a Superman. We want to keep them on the ground. The toes are pointed, the legs are squeezing together. And then when we move up to here, hips are tucked underneath glutes and creating a nice flat back. So you're not in this position where your butt's sticking out. You want to tuck it underneath. And then with your hands, you can either go out like this, like a cactus.
No, beside me.
Around, it's harder. Take them out wide or take them above your head. This is the hardest position. So holding here. And again, we're just going to do another minute round. This is just going to teach you the position of the handstand. Any questions on that one? Just have a quick play with it now, and then we'll do our minute round. And I'll just have a look at your form. Just make sure your heels are touching and your toes are pointed or your feet are pointed. Yeah, that's it, Vaughn. Feet together. And really trying to get that pelvic tilt, tuck that pelvis under. If anyone's got some issues with that, I've got a drill that's helpful. So just let me know before we start. If you don't understand the pelvic tilt, we can work on that before we start. All right, cool. Just shake it off, relax for a second. And we're going to go for a minute. All right, ready, set, go. 1 minute round. So heels together, Vaughn. That's it. And then see if you can lift your arms up. Your nose is just lightly touching the ground. That's it. Lift those shoulders up. Lift the hands up. Nice. Squeeze the glutes. This is an activation drill. We want to be nice and active and contracted in this position. 25 seconds.
Then
10 seconds left. You guys are doing so good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. All right. Let's just go through some questions if anyone's got anything to add or questions to ask.
Well, my body starts shaking a little bit after maybe around the 48th second or the 50th second,
Yep.
my body starts shaking.
For sure. Yeah, it will. Yeah. Even when I do this and I've done lots and lots of this drill, yeah, it'll just start shaking. It's because your body's in contraction.
Yeah.
And it'll, the more you practice it, the less that'll happen. And especially if you can do, what did you say you get to, like 48 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can do multiple rounds of a minute or you start practicing that, then 48 seconds won't feel like much. Yeah.
Right.
Your body will just adapt to it. So that's all good.
Just quickly.
Yeah.
What were you doing with the torso? I mean, I understand the pelvic tilt was into the ground, and then I didn't hear. I know to keep the nose touching lightly the ground.
Yep.
What's your pelvis? Your chest?
Chest is just resting on the ground.
Resting? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just on the ground. And then this is what I was going to show you. I'll show you this now. So this is a drill you can do standing. So what you'll find is like if you're standing like this, mostly everyone's got this natural curve in their lower back. If you do a handstand like this and you keep your pelvis like this, all of the weight drops into your lower back. And then what you'll find if you do like this banana handstand or you're arching, yeah, you'll start to get some pain and soreness in the lower back. So what we do is tuck the pelvis underneath. So here, we squeeze the glutes and then tuck the pelvis, and you can see that I changed the shape of my back. So if I just go naturals here and then tuck underneath. So just have a play with this one. My glutes are switched on nice and tight. This is flat, and then also my core's switched on. So just do that standing version and just play with that as well. But yeah, the chest is just kind of pulling in and just resting on the ground.
Standing version.
Yeah, do a couple standing. Just to feel that. Again, this is unloaded. It's different when you're in the hollow position. Hollow or the chest to floor, creating some tension. It'll just be a little bit harder.
When you tuck your pelvis in, you lightly suck in your belly button, Rod?
It'll kind of happen automatically. If you do
Yeah.
this kind of comes in automatically. If I just concentrate on that and squeeze, this happens. But yeah, you can concentrate on squeezing your core. So it's the same sort of thing. Yeah,
Thanks.
definitely. Awesome. All right, let's move on. Let's actually do some handstands. Okay. So we're going to do chest to wall progression, and we're going to do one round. We'll have a little stretch after it. Bring my laptop over to the wall. Does everyone have some wall space that we can use?
Yeah.
I'm going to use my glass.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just go careful. If you're using glass, like your glass sliding doors or whatever, just be super careful, especially when we go to do kick-ups. Just go nice and slow. Yeah, I'll teach you the progressions into it. Nice. Relic's moving these lounge. He's getting ready. Cool. Do you have somewhere, James? Do you have a wall?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Oh, sweet. Cool. All right. I'm just going to move my laptop. Just give me 1 sec. I'm just going to reset up over here. So we've got some wall space. All right. Cool.
So you're gonna get it.
So this drill is called chest to wall. It's the same as what you just practiced. That was called chest to floor. And the only difference is we're going to be upside down in the handstand. The position is exactly the same. So all the cues are the same. The only thing that you'll need to remember is the thing that we worked on first was this elevation. So actually when we're in the handstand, you don't want to collapse your shoulders, move into depression. You want to elevate them. And you want to try to keep your elbows locked out as well. So just remember those two things. I'm just going to give you one demo. And what we'll do is we won't time this round, but I'll get you guys to walk up, feel the position, just have a play with it, come down, maybe ask some questions, and then we'll all do a minute round together. And I'll go through some progressions because like not everyone's going to be able to get all the way to the wall, and that's okay. You just go up to wherever level you can, you feel confident, and then if you can, we go to the wall. All right, so just move this back. Enough. Yeah. Can everyone see me okay from back here?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, so you start with your hands on the ground, shoulder width apart. You're just gonna just place one foot up and then the other foot. This position here might be far enough. So you might straighten your legs out, tuck your pelvis under, push away and hold here. If you want to go further, you walk your hands back and walk your feet up the wall. Maybe it's to here. Or you can go all the way towards the wall. So your nose is touching and you're tucking the pelvis under and you're holding this position here.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You just
Right, so just have a play and do the work if there's something coming up for you right now. Go for it.
do we? Oh, you that Joey?
Let's watch that. Let's walk your feet up.
Nice. Ahmed. Yeah, really good. Nice straight lines. Remember all the cues that you've been given so far. Nice, Tim. Legs together. Elevation. Yeah, Mark. Good. Find a position that's suitable for you. It doesn't have to be that last variation that I did. These are all progressions. You can work through these for the next few weeks or months. And come down. Nice. Come down, and we'll just go through some questions, and then we'll all do a round together for 60 seconds. I'm just going to grab my phone. All right, cool. How did everyone go?
It's tough.
Yeah. Mr. Shoulders are saying they're gonna fatigue out quickly. But
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that's a good point. Like the shoulders are a fairly small muscle group relative to like the rest of the body. So yeah, you've got to build up the endurance with the shoulders. So yeah, after today's session, if you haven't done a lot of handstands, they're probably going to be pretty fried. So yeah, just take it nice and easy and give them plenty of rest. Okay, so we're going to do 1 minute. Everyone's going to walk up to whatever level they choose, and we're going to do 60-second hold, holding the best position you can.
one more question. Someone had, I think, there's one more hand raised.
Oh, sorry, Jamie. Sorry. There you go.
That's okay. I was just wondering, sometimes I noticed that there's too much pressure on like this part of my hand, and just then there was a lot of pressure on this part of my palm. Like, how do I balance that out?
Yeah, so we'll talk about balance in a bit, but I'll go over it now. So if you can see that, you don't want to rock like this. If you're in this position and you're kind of coming back into the heel of the hand, it's probably an indication that the shoulders are not open enough and you don't have that strength to hold yourself over the top. It could be a fear-based thing as well, but I think you've done enough handstands to not be scared so much. So what you want to try to do is stack the weight, lean forward. So you're getting the shoulder stacked over the top of the hand. And ideally what we want is like these two knuckles here. It's like right here. You want to have the pressure kind of like here, kind of a flat hand. But that doesn't mean that your hand's just passive. When we balance the handstand, we grip into the floor like this. We stay nice and active. And also too, you can rock forward and back. There's no right or wrong there. Some people practice their handstands like this into the heel. I've found it super helpful once my shoulders opened up to get that really pressing down. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Sweet. All right, we're going to do 1 minute hold. Ready. Set. Go. Start the climb. We've got a minute. Think elevation. Squeeze the legs together. Point the toes. Tuck the pelvis under. Nice. Nice, Relic. Yep. Go as close as you can. Tuck that pelvis under a bit more, Vaughn. Squeeze your glutes. Nice, Charles. Cool. Bring your legs together a bit, Omar. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Tim and family, looking good. Benny Rayfield. Yes. So good. We got 20 seconds left. Everyone's doing awesome. 15 seconds. Can you do it? 15 seconds. Are the shoulders going to last? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Come down. Cool. All right. What we'll do to have a little rest, the way that I structure my hands, I do a handstand and then I do some mobility. All we're going to do is just a really easy one, just a forward fold. We're just going to relax forward and just do pulses. Reaching forward, pulse forward. Stretching out the back in flexion and also getting through the hamstrings. You can even grab your feet if that's available to you and pull back. That way you'll feel the stretch in the calves as well. Nice. Like this. You don't have to have a flat back. You can round out. Totally fine. All right. And also just give the wrists a bit of love as well. So just give them a bit of a shake off, give them another little stretch if they need it. Okay. We're gonna move on to Topples. So now we're starting to look at the balance. And what we'll do is like each one of these progressions is gonna get harder. So if you felt like the chest to wall was kind of at your limit today, I want you to just stay there. So take on all this information and you'll just have it for later. I've also got heaps of other resources that I can give you later as well. So just stick with where you're at today and just practice another round of chest to wall. But what we're going to do now is Topples. And the way that the Topples work, I'll show you with my hands so I can actually talk while I do it. We're going to walk up to the wall the same as we just did. But we're going to come off the wall a little bit. We're not going to be all the way against the wall. So we want a little bit of room to play. So we're going to be in handstand. Our feet are going to be on the wall like this together. We're going to take one foot off and then place it back on the wall. This is stage one of the Topples. Stage two is to take one off. And then this is kind of stacked over the top of your body. Your hips are here, your shoulders are here. And then you're going to switch the feet. It's going to look like this. And then the next version is one foot comes off, the other foot meets that foot to find some balance for a split second, and then you'll come back to the wall.
Jumped out again.
And again, to here, find balance, come back to the wall. The next one, you're gonna lean forward, take both feet off, try to find balance, and then find back to the wall. There is potential for you to go over, so I'm gonna teach you that as well. So I'm gonna show you that position actually in the handstand now, so you can see exactly what it looks like. And then I'm gonna show you how to come out of it. You can either walk out of it or you can step out of it. Super useful exercise to bail out of the handstand safely. I never suggest you flip over onto your back or go into bridge. Always just twist out of it and see if you can step down to the ground. Pretty much just land on your feet and you're going to be okay. All right, so I'll show you actually what it looks like in handstand. You see my feet?
Yeah.
That's all good. All right, so I walk up. And I go about here, it's about 30 centimeters away from the wall. I shift my shoulders forward, my butt goes forward, and then I take one foot off. Then I put it back. Then off, then back. And then next version, level 2, here, here, here. Level 3, together, hold, back to the wall. Level 4, here, hold, back to the wall. If I want to come out, I can either walk down or I can twist and kick to the side. How's that sound? Sweet. All right. And again, well, almost lost the computer. And again, we're going to go for 1 minute. So I'm going to time you guys and you're going to work on a version of the heel, Topples. So let's do it. So find your position and we'll get stuck in. All right, ready, set, go. Working on the Topples. Remember to shift the weight. So you want to try to get stacking. So shoulders over wrists, hips over shoulders. And that leg that's off the wall is going to be floating above all of that. Nice. Omar, you can bring your hands a little closer together. They're a little bit wide at the moment. Nice. Don't forget about your elevation. As you fatigue, that'll be super important for you to keep pushing. 25 seconds. Nice, Tim. We've got 15 seconds left. Cool. And if you come down, you can just take a rest. That's all good. We've still got way more handstands to go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Come down. All right. Cool. let's just go through, and if anyone's got some questions. Or
Just more of a comment. I felt when I did that exercise, I was only doing probably level 1, 2, which is alternating the pull-offs.
Yep.
I could really feel as I moved myself into leg over shoulders and in a straight line, I could actually feel the fear coming up.
yeah, yep.
Now I can feel there's a tipping point.
Yes.
I really felt that in my motions.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so you can do the work around that. And also there is potential for you to flip over onto your back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of both those things. Like understand that there is that potential, and then how do we recorrect that, which I'm going to teach you today as well. How did everyone else go? Comments?
I had a question, Rod.
Mark.
Yes, just a question on when you're like that, like Ahmed said, it's like it feels safer to be further away from the wall and you got a bit of a lean, but it feels like it's harder work being out from the wall than it does to be closer to the wall. Is that, what's your thoughts on it? Is it better to be stacked or a little bit on a lean?
Just say that again. Are you saying, because when we do the Topples, it's easier for us to be a little bit further away. When we are so close to the wall, in the chest to wall, you don't really have that play. You kind of need a little bit more room. But I think I understand what you're saying. When you're chest to wall, everything's stacked. When you come off the wall a little bit, you're not stacked because your feet are bending back like this to the wall, and you'll have to bring them forward to then get that stacking sensation.
Yeah, I found it harder to be like on an angle like this than it is to be like right over.
Yep, definitely.
It feels like you're using a lot more energy trying to keep the angle.
It's because you're muscling it. And it's interesting because I teach a progression that's called a box handstand. None of you guys needed that today, so it's all good. You basically, it's like a downward dog. You put your feet up on a box and you just get your hips stacking over your shoulders. But for this position, if you walk up to here, it's actually an easier progression when it comes to fear, because this getting all the way to here might be way scarier than being in this position. But once you get there, we're now using like your skeleton to kind of hold you up a little bit, whereas we're not muscling all of it. When you're on this angle, it's like, you're fighting against that stacking sensation, or to hold on that 45 degree.
Makes sense. Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
Cool, man. Anyone else?
Yeah, Rod, I've got a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, I get a lot of like pressure through the front of my forearm here, like into my wrist. Is there something like a better hand position or something that's going to alleviate that a little bit?
I always like to turn them out. The only thing that we can do for the wrist, like the stuff that we did at the start, we did a little bit. You might have joined in. Did you join in after the wrist prep?
Yeah, I can get on. Yeah, it wasn't connected.
Yeah, so I can send you some stuff. It basically just like a daily routine to strengthen the wrist and also to stretch out the forearms is going to be super helpful.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So I was just saying at the start, before I do handstands, I always do wrist prep and warm them all up. And over time, they'll just feel really good.
Yeah, sweet. Awesome.
Yeah, it could just be tightness through the forearms as well. Another thing, if you do want to practice handstands and you do have some sort of wrist injury and you are working on all this mobility and rehab, but you still want to keep practicing, I find that parallettes are really good as well, because you're in this position, not here. And then this is the position that normally, like this flex position normally kind of gets you. But if you're in this position, does everyone know what parallettes are? It's like something like this. So you're doing the handstand like that, and then you can see the position of the wrist. It's just like a way stronger position than potentially here. So that's something else you can play with.
Okay, can I use this?
Yeah. Does that twist though?
No.
Okay, yeah, it should be fine. Yep. The only thing I'd be worried about with that, if because you kind of walk into the handstand. If you're kicking up into it, it should be okay because they're not going to move. So depending on how you're going to get into it, should be sweet. All right. So what we're going to do now, we're going to have a little play around with the kick up. We've got 10 minutes left, because getting to the next progression on the wall, it requires us to kick up into the handstand. I might demonstrate one just so you can see what I mean. We lunge into it, place our hands down, straight leg, into the wall like this. Lunge in, hands placed, arms straight, 1, 2, and back down. Okay. So that's the kick up to handstand, and I'll just explain the components of that. as we place our hands down, our momentum is sending forward, and we want to place the momentum into the ground and then use the momentum to bring our legs up. So just understand that concept as well. Placing the hands down, first leg's bent. We're going to kick the back leg. It's like a kick and a push is the way that I describe it. So this first leg is going to kick, and then the bent leg is going to push. So kick, push. Practice. Everyone's got a wall, so we can practice this on the wall. Basically, what you want to do is get your shoulders over your wrists and then your hips over your shoulders with the legs split, and then you bring the legs together. So I want all of you guys to have a practice kicking up into the wall. And see if you can get into a handstand.
Let's stand up. Yeah.
Your hands are fairly close to the wall as well. Nice, Relic. Nice, Vaughn. Good, Jamie. Nice, Tim. Good. Look at the ground when you're doing this handstand as well. You want to look between your hands. Yeah. Wait. So awesome to see everyone practicing handstand. This is cool. Just pull your head down a little bit, Ben. Ben Rayfield, yep. I can't quite see you, James, but you probably don't have much room to move the camera, hey?
Yeah, but I got you, man.
You got it? Sweet, okay.
Nice.
Nice. All right, did everyone get up? And it's okay if you didn't. Yep. We normally teach this off the wall as well. We won't do that today, but yeah, if you've got some, I think grass is probably the best surface to practice this on. And remember, when you kick up, you want to bail out of it safely. Actually, I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to show you how to do that. You don't have to do it now though. Yeah, so same thing, lunge into it, shoulders stack, hips stack, feet are apart, and then they come together. And then if you go to step out of it, if you go to fall forward, you move one of your hands to land on your feet. So I encourage you guys, won't do it now, but I encourage you, like maybe over the weekend, go and practice that and really drill that in. So you've got really solid kick-ups, and we want to try to get to like 80% success rate for the kick-ups. So you just got to practice that heaps. I always do like 5 on each side for a set, 5 to 10.
Rod?
Yeah.
Sorry, one quick question. What is success if we're going up against the wall? I mean, you could hit it hard. Is that a successful kick?
No, I think if you just make it, yeah, this is what actually Tim Stevens was doing this when he first started. So we would do 10 on each leg. So if the left leg's forward, that's the left side. And I would give him 10 attempts to get it. And it's just like, what did he get out of 10 to actually, and if he got into the handstand, that's a success.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you missed it, doesn't get a point. And then you just get a score out of 10. And then that's a good way to gauge on, how well you're kicking up into the handstand.
Thank you.
Use the wall, but then definitely get off the wall and have a good practice there. Because that's eventually where we're going to need it. All right. So the next one we're going to look at is heel pulls. So everyone got up to the wall, which was just awesome. And if you didn't, or you don't want to do it now, that's also fine. You can just work on one of the other progressions that we've learned today. And we're going to work on heel pulls. So this one is the one that's most transferable to actually the freestanding handstand. The reason I teach the chest to wall one first is because this one can get you into some bad habits if you don't know the positioning first. So my suggestion is, if you're new to handstands, don't do this one in the beginning. Work on the toe pulls for at least like the first few weeks, few months, and then slowly introduce this progression, this heel pulls. This will send you into a slight arc. So you kick up nice and close to the wall. And then the same progression. We take one leg off, back to the wall. Next progression, switch. Trying to get a little float, and then together, back. Last one is both together. All right, so I'm going to give you a minute to work on this one. Let's do it.
Good. Yeah. So you just
All right, ready, set, go. Nice, Ben. Just pull that head down a little bit again. There you go. Press, elevate, open the shoulders.
Am I the wrong way, Rod? Yes.
Yeah, you want to go back. Other way. Oh, no. Yeah, if you're doing the kick-ups, you go, Ahmed, you want to go back to the wall. That's it. And then can we peel those feet off the wall and get a little float time? That was it, Vaughn. Nice work. Yeah. Who else is practicing with you, Vaughn? I can see someone else there.
I can do it.
How'd you go, Omar?
I can do it. I'm having difficulty to push my legs up.
Do you want to show me? I can watch you now. And that's a minute. Oh, yeah. Try to keep that top leg straight, Omar.
Okay.
Go for it again. And just keep that top leg straight.
Top legs too. Oh.
The first leg. Yeah. I'll just show that to everyone, actually, just because I've seen this. I've been doing heaps of handstand privates, and this is a common thing that comes up. Yeah, that top leg, the first kicking leg, you want to keep it straight. What I tend to see is this. The first kicking leg is bent, and you end up like this. What you want to do is kick it and then have it straight to the wall. It'll just be something that, yeah, you'll notice, and just to refine that. It's not wrong to do the bent leg, but I just think it's much nicer, especially when we go to take this off the wall for later stages. All right, how did everyone go with that one? All sweet.
I got a question. Sorry again.
Yeah, no, go for it.
I feel like was I supposed to go to the wall with my back to the wall? Because isn't the heel? I don't know. I sort of had I feel like I did absorb your instructions.
Yeah, so the first one we did was toe pull. So our toes were resting on the wall like this, and we did this.
Yeah.
And then this one was we kicked up to the wall and our heels were touching. So our heels were pulling.
I see. So it's the same thing, but the focus is moved to the heels. Got you.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, that's what's moving off the wall. The focus is like through the hands and through the shoulders, trying to keep that position. And a lot of it's through the hips as well, doing this.
Thanks, Rod.
Nice. All right, cool. We're almost out of time. Yeah, let's go through some questions. This is all the basics. There's way more that I can teach you. There's like shapes and there's like the balance work and so many different things, the mobility components as well. But yeah, just let's go around and maybe if you got some questions and I can show you some stuff now. Yeah, go for it. Charles?
Yeah, myself as well as with the wrists. I was with you doing the wrist warm-ups. But yeah, they're probably the tightest, sorest, the thing I'm feeling the most.
Yeah. Yeah, you will. Yeah, it'll just take some time to adapt. The wrists will get stronger. It's like the more load you put into them and give them rest, like they'll get stronger over time and become more mobile. So that's all good. Yeah. I like, even if I do a handstand session now and I have warmed them up, I definitely feel it in my wrists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said at the start, it's like our whole body weight it's kind of supported by this joint. And it probably wasn't designed to support us. So it may take some time to adapt. That's all good.
Thank you.
All right. How's everyone else going? Any questions? How'd you go, James? You've done a lot of this before, hey?
Yeah, it was good, man. I like the toe pull, heel pull thing.
Yeah.
Like that's an exercise I hadn't done before. In terms of like sequencing it in like reps for each side. So I liked that. I've been off handstands for a little while, so getting back into it, man, it's been good.
Cool. And then, so can you hold a handstand off the wall? Like, what's your longest hold?
Previously I could, but previously maybe a freestanding one, maybe like 10 seconds or something. But yeah, it's been a little while, so getting back into it was like a good intro back into it.
Nice. Yeah, because I can send you some other stuff that's a little bit more like intermediate. if you're keen to.
Yeah, dude. Feel free to.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. How'd you go, Jamie?
Oh yeah, it's been nice to be able to hold it now. I think my max hold freestanding has been 5 seconds. So just getting back to foundational stuff. I'm still playing around with the pressure on my hands.
Yeah.
I noticed like on the left hand, like the 2 knuckles that you said to focus on weren't fully stacked. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's better once that's all stacked.
When it comes to the balance, just remember that you've got this. So you've got your fingers to push into the ground, your wrists as well. You can bend your elbows a little bit to rebalance. You can move through the shoulders. You can move through the hips and through the spine. I've got this drill where I teach it standing. So if you just stand, there's all these different things that we've got, these tools to prevent us from falling over. So if I lean forward, I use my toes to pull myself back. If I go even further forward, I can bend my knees. And then we just do this automatically now because we've been standing and walking for so long. But at one point when we were babies and kids, we kind of learn all of this. So it's kind of like that with the handstand, but it's just like reversed. So just know you've got all these different tools. When you are practicing the handstand off the wall, you've got the option of stepping as well. But what I try to do is reel people back from taking a step and see where they can change the position of the body to regain balance and to keep holding the handstand. So that's something else that we can talk about on another workshop or something you can play with by yourself. Cool. All right, Tim.
Yeah.
Good to get back into it.
Yeah, I've been missing coming to TMT.
Oh yeah, I've been missing you having you in here.
But there's a fair bit of fear around not going through that jip rock wall.
Oh yeah, I've seen that happen too, guys. So just with the glass, I wasn't kidding. Like I've seen people go through jip rock walls. Like this one guy that I was teaching, this wall's pretty solid. No one's going through this one. But it was at the old facility. He kicked up and his shoulders collapsed and his head smashed into the wall and he left a hole like this big in the jip rock. We had to like reinforce it with ply. He was okay though. But that's can happen. So just be careful. All right. How'd you go, Relic?
Yeah, good, mate. It's been a while since I've had a crack at a handstand, so it was nice to get up on the wall and just sort of feel through it and move through it a bit.
Nice. Who's that?
Hey?
Who have you got there?
Ruby. You say hello, Ruby?
Hello.
Hello.
Wave?
Oh.
Where's Wave?
Omar.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. But yeah, there's a little bit of Mr. Judgment coming up because I feel like I'm not strong enough to do it, and I was losing a little bit of my core when I was trying to push myself up and hold myself against the wall. So yeah,
it all just comes in practice. That's it. Yeah, man, you did really good. So those drills, like the chest to floor, chest to wall, they're probably some good ones for you to practice. And I would suggest, maybe every second day, if you want to add this into your training routine, I would do maybe like 1 to 3 rounds of both those exercises.
Okay.
Building the core strength, position work, and also the shoulder strength to hold yourself up in the handstand.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It just requires just like a little bit of effort. Like don't do huge sessions in the beginning because again, like what Charles is saying, and you can get some wrist injuries. So just do a little bit each day. The body will start to adjust nice and slowly. And you can just increase that volume and your capacity over time.
All right. Sounds good, man.
Cool.
Thanks for
what else we got? Does anyone else want to add anything? Mark, Vaughn.
I want to say thanks a lot, Rod. I really enjoyed the balance work. I noticed the fatigue at the end of it though. So.
Oh yeah, in the shoulders or wrists?
More wrists and just general kind of muscle fatigue and holding up. But that's definitely a great workout.
Cool.
Feels really good.
Who else we got?
Thanks, bro. Had a good work. Yeah, that was awesome. I just and it's giving me a lot more confidence in my my right shoulder because there's been a bit of damage there over the years. So yeah, but it's given me a lot more confidence in it. I had a good chat with Mr. Right Shoulder this morning, and he's feeling really good and
Sweet.
confident. So yeah, and as long as I just take it nice and slow and easy, he's happy to go on this journey.
Happy
so
to play.
Yeah. Thank
Who
you,
was
brother.
practicing handstands with you? Someone else was there.
Oh.
Hello, you did so good.
My partner. But yeah, she had a great time too. So yeah, thank you, brother.
Nice.
Question. Just to help build up some strength in that in the forearms and in the wrists, a crab walks okay for pretty good for that. You know,
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because you're stretching, you know, this one that we did.
Yeah,
Kind of
it's
your
sort of
wrists are in this position, right? And then you're loading it up more so like, yeah, you're loading it up in this position here.
yeah. Okay, yeah, and keep the hips up, eh? Yep, awesome.
Yep.
I'll play around with that.
It's a good one. Yeah. Who else said that they were feeling tightness through here? Like Charles, was there someone else? Alex. Yep. Yeah. So that's a good one. So that's in that same position that we worked on here, but it's just slightly different because you're keeping the hips up, squeezing the glutes, and you can move around.
Yeah.
Yep. Some crab walks. Yeah. Good suggestion. That's awesome. Ahmed.
Man, thank you so much. That was an amazing, thorough basics. I've been mucking around with the handstand for a couple of years now, and I'm always saying I need to actually go back to basics and do a proper staggered, because I'm not really making progress, and it's taken quite a long time. And today just I felt much more stable in what I was doing, and it's because of the way you sort of systematically took us through it. I just loved it. Thank you so much, man. When are you going to open one in Sydney? What do I have to do? When are you going to open
cards?
Yeah.
Move to Newcastle, bro.
Yeah, bro. Or I just move. Yeah, that's right. One of the
Nice born. I like it. Oh yeah, that was on the cards a little while ago, but I think since last year with all the lockdowns and stuff like that, like opening up another facility just seems like, yeah, it doesn't seem like a good idea.
And you've actually come on virtually for us, and how gracious of you. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm going to post this into the group. What I might do as well, I created something recently in the last week. It was called Fix Your Banana Back Handstand. But basically all it is like the lines and the drills that we've worked on today. And there's basically like just videos of each one. And then it gives you a program to work on your handstands. So if you guys are keen, I can send you that as well. And then it's just like, just follow that. Your shoulder strength will improve, your core strength, positioning work. Yeah, it's all there. And it's very beginner level as well. Like I said with James, I've got other stuff that's more advanced or intermediate to advanced, so we can do that too. So I'm happy to share it all. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks, brother.
Enjoy your weekend.
Have a beautiful
Thanks,
day.
brother.
Bye.
Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there.
Oh yeah, happy Father's Day for tomorrow.
Good one, guys.
See ya.
Much love.
Bye, all.